Select the Products tab. The products are divided into 3 main folders, plus Technicians. They are rental or hire products, according to the terminology set for your country. Sales and Disposables and Labor, US spelling, Labor, UK spelling, products. The products are organized into folders for each group. Click on the Gear button to show the Options panel on the right-hand side. Select Properties. In the Group folder Properties, the price factor table that the products in the folder use may be selected. In the Lighting Equipment folder Properties, a different price factor table may be selected. In this case, the lighting is only charged on a weekly basis, whereas the general price factor table is based on a daily rate. Within the Group folder, there are category folders. Add a new category by clicking the New button shown on the right-hand side. Once the category folders have been added, products may be added. In this case, we have added an A&H 16-channel mixer. When you select it, its picture will be displayed on the right-hand side. A category folder may also contain subcategories. In this case, it is used to contain the accessories needed for the audio mixers. To add a new product, select the folder, then the New button on the right-hand side menu. Select Product. Give the product a code and complete the details such as the description, model number, country of origin, etc. Complete the details and then click the barcode track box if the product is going to be barcode or QR code tracked. Select whether the product is going to be a single item, package product, or macro. Package products themselves are not tangible. Being a package, they usually at a discount, and not the sum of all the items inside the package. If the product is a road case, then check this option. It could also be a rack. Please view our rack documentation on how to set up a rack. Racks are assets that have other assets fixed or attached to them. These attached assets cannot be rented out on their own, and therefore are removed from the quantity of floating products available. Otherwise, most products are shipped on their own. If the product is a rack, then select this option. In the Product Options panel, Number 1, if you don't want the product to be discounted, then check this box. Number 2, this type of product is generally used for products that are not owned and have to be cross-rented or manufactured. Number 3, expand when added. Check this box if you need the salespeople to see the components and accessories immediately after adding to a quote or booking. Number 4, warehouse active. This should be checked for all tangible assets, or in other words, when you have assets for this product. Number 5, when cross-rented, the cost is freight. Check this box if this product is a truck or delivery vehicle. The software will add the cost of this product to the freight costs for the booking, and it will be used to calculate the profit margin. For multi-location systems, go to the Transfer Options tab and check the boxes to prevent any transfers of the assets in this product. In the Unit Specification tab, enter the product dimensions and weight. This is used to calculate the total cubic measurement and the total weight of the load. In the Price Restriction Overrides tab, the default is to control the access to the line item price quoted for the product at the user or operator level. This can be changed so that only an increase can be applied. It can also be set to override the operator's settings and allow any adjustment of the price to occur. On the Profit Margin tab, type in a percentage used to calculate the cost of owning and warehousing the product. This would be a combination of interest rate on the cost of a loan or lease on the product, or if no loan or lease is in effect, then the general interest rate of the amount invested, plus the cost of warehousing the item based on size and weight. This can be approximately calculated by dividing the total cost of the warehouse per year by the area of the warehouse. On the Printing Options tab, print product on custom quote and invoice. This sets the default for the client active checkbox in the equipment list of quotes and bookings. Check this for products that are usually apparent and have components. Uncheck this for products that are only used as components and are not chargeable to clients. If the product can be both apparent and used as a component, then check or uncheck the box on whether to print when the product is a component. Go to the Picture tab and select an icon for the product. Select an image. Select a picture for the product. This will help salespeople to identify the product. Once the image is selected, it will display. Select the Rental Rates tab. Select the Rental Rates tab and enter a rate for each of the price lists. Set minimum rental rates if desired. Select the Sales tab. Type in a cost price for the product. This is important, as this is the amount that will be used to calculate return on investment for the product. You can also type in the prices that you would want if the product is sold. Select the Notes tab and paste in the product information. Add some questions the salespeople should ask when people ask about renting the product. Save the product. The new product will display at the bottom of the folder. Drag and drop the product to any desired position in the folder. As this is a barcode-tracked product, we need to add asset records so we can set up individual barcode numbers and other details. Expand the product in the tree and click on Assets. Click New. Type in the first barcode number in the sequence if more than one asset is purchased. The system will generate barcode numbers in sequence once the asset record is added. Set the quantity of the asset purchased. Assets may also be added by entering in a purchase order. Once the purchase order is received, the assets will be created from the information in the purchase order. If your system is a multi-location system, then set the location of the asset. For single-location systems, these drop-downs will not appear. Once the details have been sufficiently completed, select the Financial Details tab. Complete the details as needed. Ensure the purchase price is entered, as this is used to calculate return on investment. Enter the depreciation rate and select either diminishing or straight line. Each asset has a disposal type, which is updated when the asset is sold, lost, or damaged, etc. This asset will be active for now. Select the Notes tab. Paste in any specifications or add notes on the asset's condition, then save. Refresh the product tree by clicking the Refresh button. Expand the Assets folder. The assets just added will be displayed in the Assets folder. Select the product and click the Properties button on the right-hand panel. Go to the Location tab. The quantity in the Los Angeles location will show the 12 assets purchased and added. For non-barcode tracked products, the quantity in each location may be edited in the case that no asset records are added. To add components to the product, select the Components folder. Components can be added by selecting the New option or dragging and dropping into the Components folder. In this case, we will use the New option. Type in or select a product using the hand button. Click the Include Components for this component field if needed. This product is a power cord. Save. Select any products you might want to add as components and drag and drop them to the Components tab. If you want the software to prompt the salespeople on whether to add the component to the parent product, then check this box. If unchecked, it will be added automatically. Save. Add another component for the mixer. Save. Add some cables. Repeat the process for all the components required. They will be displayed in the Components folder. This is how this product will act when added to a quote. The mixer has been selected in the search window. The mixer is added to the empty equipment list. The salesperson is prompted to select the 2 optional components for the mixer. This list also shows the anticipated quantity available during the dates selected. Since these are components, they will not add to the price of the mixer. If set up as accessories, then they will add to the price for the mixer if selected. The salesperson checks the box for the product at the top of the list. This is how the equipment grid will appear once the mixer and its components are added. Note that the columns on the right, called C and W, are set by default from the product records and indicate whether the component will print on customer, C column, facing documents, or not. If unchecked, they will not print on customer-facing documents. The W column is for warehouse visibility. If the W column is checked, then these components will be reserved, picked by the warehouse, and checkout out with the booking. Component products can also be dragged and dropped into the accessories folder, and vice versa. The CAT20 cable is dragged to the accessory folder. Drag one of the audio racks to the accessories folder. Now, all selected components have been dragged to the accessories folder. This is how this product will show when added to a quote or booking. The pop-up will prompt the salesperson on whether to add the optional components and accessories. Here, the salesperson has selected to add an audio rack and an Ethernet cable 30 meters. Expand the mixer product. The components added as standard and optionally, plus the accessories chosen, will be displayed. Note, the total price for rental will be the price for the parent product plus the accessories. 6.8U has been automatically added for insurance according to the settings in the system. Alternatives can be added to each product. Below the 16 mono channels, 16 buses will be dragged to the alternatives folder. Once dropped into the alternatives folder, the properties for the alternative are available for editing. There is also a button to include an entire category of products, which will avoid having to set up individual alternatives if all the products in the category can be alternatives. The LS932, Yamaha LS932 digital mixer can also be added as an alternative. Expand the alternatives folder to see the products selected. The alternatives to the Behringer mixer are now the A&H 16-channel mono and the Yamaha digital mixer. Here is how alternatives work in a quote or booking when added, and they are anticipated to be short. In this case, there are none of this product anticipated to be available during the dates selected, so the line is shown in red. See the Avail column, which shows 0. Select Alternative from the Work menu. The 16 mono-channels mixer is available, so select it. Note the checkbox to keep the same rate/price of $240. Click the green Select button. The A&H 16 mono-channels 16 buses is now the replacement at the same price. To add components and accessories for the replacement, select the option from the Work menu. Check the boxes next to the components and accessories required for the replacement product. Then click the green button to add them. The components and accessories have now been added for the replacement.